The Yakuza series has always been one of those franchises that have been underrated until they all came to Game Pass, and that kind of made them explode everywhere. Everybody on Xbox as well as PlayStation and PC just started picking it up because there was a lot of buzz. Basically, the Yakuza series was PlayStation exclusive for the longest time until that point. And here comes Like a Dragon, the man who erases name, which basically continues that Yakuza story, just with a different name. For those of you who don't know, Yakuza franchise has changed their name to Like a Dragon to match up with what the name is actually in Japan. The name of the Yakuza franchise has always been Like a Dragon there, so they're just making it standard across both Japan and the West. But before we get into that, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It does help out a lot. We do have a new goal of 1,000 subscribers, so definitely every subscribe does help out, as well as share the channel. It does mean a lot as well. It helps out a lot when we get new people coming to the channel, and of course, visiting and stuff like that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about Like a Dragon, the man who erases name. Before I mention anything else, there are going to be spoilers, so if you haven't played any of the games up to Yakuza 6 or even Like a Dragon 7, I would say pretty much don't watch the video because there's a lot of spoilers. Again, the game is kind of a continuation, so you actually have to play all the games to kind of understand the story. Any little bit could be spoiler territory, so I just wanted to mention that before you continue watching the video. But anyways, let me go ahead and dive in. Like a Dragon, the man who erases name stars Kiryu after the events of Yakuza 6, where he basically faked his own death, and it takes place between Like a Dragon 7 and Like a Dragon 8. Here, he's basically working as a secret agent and looking to do pretty much tasks with this agency until something goes wrong and they actually expose who he actually is. He's using the codename Joryu, I believe that's how you pronounce the name, so that nobody actually knows his name, but somebody of course discovers who he really is, and that's where things pop off. What I'm really excited for when it comes to this game is really how it's going to lead into Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Because we do see that Ichiban and Kiryu do team up in Infinite Wealth, but we don't really know how. And in Like a Dragon 7, he was in there, but he was more of a, how can I put it? He was more of like a cameo. It really wasn't story based like that. So this is going to be very interesting to see how it turns out. Like a Dragon, the man who erases name, does go back to that beat 'em up brawler style combat, which the Yakuza series is known for, which is pretty cool because every game that Kiryu's been in has always been those types of games, so it's nice to see that they're carrying that over and he's going to have that style of gameplay in this game as well. If you don't really know how the Like a Dragon combat works, then definitely recommend watching videos out there. If you ever play Shenmue, just think of that, but a little bit better. It does bring back that being able to go ahead and kind of dodge by pressing a button. He will like slide over. It has that very Shenmue feeling. I guess fun fact, this is actually made by part of the team that worked on Shenmue 1 and 2. Not Shenmue 3, but Shenmue 1 and 2. So you'll see a lot of similarities with this franchise in the Shenmue series. But the combat is always very fun. There's a lot going on. There's some craziness and wackiness in there, such as like grabbing people's bodies and just throwing them everywhere and hitting them against other people. There's a lot of crazy things you can do in this game, and that's what makes it fun. Like a Dragon is one of those games that really you just don't take too serious. You kind of go on and play and move forward with it. While there is a lot of serious tones in it, it's still kind of wacky at heart, and it's it just makes the game fun overall. Now the highlight of the Yakuza franchise is not really the combat or anything else, it's really the story. The story is just great. The way they go about the story is just amazing. It's one of those things that I highly recommend diving into, because the whole story and how everything unfolds together is just very, very good. The characters are huge highlights. I mean, Kiryu has become one of my favorite characters of all time. Just the way he's written, he's just that, he's that hero who never wanted to be the hero or didn't ask to be the hero, but he just becomes that hero. I mean, you kind of see him from being, a big old Yakuza member to having foster kids, right? He takes over these foster kids, he has an orphanage and kind of takes care of that stuff. And that's part of it due to story reasons, which I won't kind of say as much if you haven't played the game. But there's a lot of things that's done with this character that I really, really do like, and that's why I'm very excited to see what goes on with this Yakuza game, or Like a Dragon game. Another thing I do want to mention is the mini games. Honestly, I had to say they have the best mini games out there. It's just so much you can do within the world of the Like a Dragon series, and they're adding even more games to here. You can see that they have Sonic, I believe it's called Sonic Battles. It was an arcade fighter where you have the Sonic characters, you have like Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, and so forth. It was just like a beat 'em up style game. They're having that as well as other Sega property games in there, which is actually really cool. I do like that they just add all these mini games. I remember in, I believe it was either Judgment or Like a Dragon 7, where there's this one game, I don't remember the name of it now for whatever reason, but it was an arcade game I used to go and play all the time, where you had like this suit, you're like kind of like a Gundam basically, you're this mech and then you choose different mechs and you go along fighting there. Oh man, for the longest time I was looking for this game and I finally found it within either Judgment or the Like a Dragon games, and oh, I can't tell you, super excited to play that. I played maybe about 5 hours of that game non-stop because it just brought back a lot of nostalgia. But anyways, the mini games are just all over the place. There's a lot of things that you can do with these mini games, and they're just fun. They're just very fun. They're very competitive, and yeah, it's something that a lot of people spend a lot of time doing. One of the cool incentives they do have for buying Like a Dragon, the man who erased his name, man, it takes me some time to kind of get used to the name. Anyways, one of the good incentives they have for buying Like a Dragon, the man who erased his name, is there is a preview or a demo to Infinite Wealth in the game, which is kind of cool. It's like a prologue to what's going to happen within Infinite Wealth, which does come out next year, and I think that's pretty neat that they do have that. I remember the last time I bought a game was Dragon Quest 8. I bought it because it came with the Final Fantasy 12 demo, and then before that I bought Brave Fencer Musashi, which came with the Final Fantasy 8 demo. And I always like that. I know a lot of people might hate, like, oh, why are you tying, you know, this demo to this game or whatever, but for me it just brings back nostalgia where you had to buy a game to get the demo, and you know, kind of entices you to buying the game. But it's still a game that I still recommend not skipping because it is very important to the story, even though it's not in the mainline. How can I put it? It's a side story, right? It's not the mainline story, because the mainline story now focuses on Ichiban. But I still highly recommend getting this game because, again, there's going to probably be a lot of questions being asked if you don't play this game, like how is Kiryu there, why does he look the way he looks, and so forth. So definitely pick up Like a Dragon, the man who erased his name. Such a long name. Oh, definitely pick it up. I guarantee you will like it. If you haven't played the Like a Dragon franchise, they're both available, I believe, on PlayStation Plus and Xbox Game Pass, so you can play them there. And of course, you can purchase them on PC as well. Unfortunately, there are none of the games on Nintendo Switch, but maybe with the next gen Switch, we'll get those games. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also share the channel. It does help out a lot. I do want to thank everyone once again for helping us hit that 500 subscriber goal. Really appreciate it. Wouldn't have been here without you, honestly. Like, all the subscribers again, even the comments kind of pushed me to move forward. There are a lot of things I'm trying to do with the channel. I'm trying to do more collaborations, trying to expand on the podcast. And of course, the number one thing I want to do is just get better audio and video overall. It will take time because a lot of money I have to save, but now that we're part of the YouTube Partner Program, hopefully that might be a little bit easier and a little bit faster to upgrade everything that I'm using here. My name is James. I'll catch you guys next time.